Hello, my name is Hilman, and today we're gonna take a look at Johari Window model. Okay, Johari Window was found by two psychologists, Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingram, in 1955. So, why they call it Johari? So, the name itself taken from the first two names of those psychologists, Joseph and Harry. So, Johari, so they say Johari windows. So the objective of Johari window traditionally it's a group exercise to increase self-awareness. But today we're gonna use that for self. How to do it alone by yourself, because this is very important, especially for those in recovery or for those who is struggling with addiction or mental health issues. So this is the example of the Johari window model. As you can see, there is a four quadrants here. The first one is the open or arena. It means that I know, you know. So everybody knows about me, my behavior or my talents, anything about me that everybody knows. The second one is the hidden or mask or facade, something that I keep it secret, which means that I know, but you don't. The third one is the blind spot. It means that I don't know, but you know. The third one is the unknown, so nobody knows. Okay, this is the simple model of the Johari window that we need to fill it in by ourselves. So how to do it by yourself? First, you need to fill in the open and the hidden boxes. You may list anything about your strengths, your values, your habits, your weakness, even your hopes and dreams, which fills the open and the hidden areas. You may reflect feedback or the real one or the imagined one. Think about what others might notice about you or what they may appreciate or criticize, which give you the insight. And now, about the blind spot. The blind spot is you may try to reflect on feedback which is real or imagined. You may think about what others might notice about you or what they might appreciate or criticize, which might help you to fill in the blind spot, because since you are doing it by yourself, because for the blind spot you need feedback from others, so you need to imagine. And also to explore the unknown, you can use the unknown part box by using journaling, free writing, meditation, anything that to uncover your deeper motivation or your repressed emotions or even your hidden talents. These things need or requires you to step out your comfort zone. Okay, so why this is valuable for one person? Because it reveals the blind spots even without others' feedback. You may do it through introspection or imagined feedback. It also encourages honesty with yourself, especially about your fears or your defenses. It supports also personal growth and recovery. Remember, since many inner conflicts come from the hidden or unknown self. And also it builds self-acceptance by integrating all the parts of who you are, known and unknown. So, how to do it by step by step? Okay, at first you need to have a quiet space, uninterrupted time, so you can be more focused on filling these boxes. You draw the boxes like this, you fill in this one, and you may try the open area. For example, you write down anything about what you already know about yourself and what others know about yourself. This is the very foundation, and you need to be honest about this. For example, I am a reliable person. I'm a hardworking person. I have anxiety issue, or I care deeply about people. Anything that you know and others know, you feel it in the open or the arena box. The purpose is to recognize your authentic and visible self, your strengths, your habits, and consistent traits. The next step is the hidden area, which is this is the list that you keep it private. Yeah. So this require a deep and honest self-assessment, because you may list you keep it what you keep it private, either your thoughts, your memories, your fears, your weakness, which you rarely shows, or even your hopes and dreams, because you are afraid that people might criticize you when you try to open the hidden part of yourself. For example, that I'm afraid of being rejected. Sometimes I feel like I'm unworthy. I feel guilty about my past mistakes. I am a perfectionist. I have anxiety issues. Anything you can write down about what you keep it private. The purpose is that to bring compassion to your private self, not to expose it, but to accept as it is a part of your humanity. You may ask question, why do I hide these aspects? What would happen if I reveal one of them to someone that I trust? Try these questions. The next part is the blind area, which means unknown to you but known to others. So, since you're doing this alone, you will imagine feedback. Think about what people may say about you, both positive or critical. This requires you to be a detective to your own life because there is no feedback. So you can ask yourself, what do people often tell me, even if I brush it off? Or you may ask, what compliments or criticism have I received repeatedly? Or how do people typically react to me? Or think about, what patterns do I have or do I see in my relationship? So you may analyze past feedback and think about the offhand comments, or even you may try to remember, did someone ever say to me, you always blah blah blah, or you never blah blah blah? Think of those questions. For example, people might see that I always interrupt without noticing during conversation. Or some say that I'm too hard to myself. The purpose for this is that you try to uncover the patterns or maybe the words from others that you might overlook, to see yourself through the eyes of others with curiosity but no judgment. Remember, no judgment. Don't blame yourself for this because this is no judgment. The next part is the unknown area, which is nobody knows. So this is the deepest part because You might not realize about your potential or your hidden talents or even your subconscious wounds. So you need to, like, how to do this. You need to practice like journaling. You may even do a free writing, or you can do some meditation, or even if you have the courage enough, go see a therapist, psychologist. Just discuss and try new experience which requires you to step out your comfort zone. Ask yourself, what parts of me that haven't had a chance to emerge? What might I be capable of if fear was not holding me back? Try those questions. The purpose is to stay open to discovery, to discover about yourself, because who you are still unfolding. Okay, the last step is reflection and growth. You notice the connections between these areas. For example, people know that I have anxiety, but they don't know I'm a perfectionist. Perfectionism can create anxiety. That relates, right? So when you notice and when you see there is connection within these four areas, you set an intention. Which area do you want to explore more deeply? Is it your blind spots, your hidden truths, or your unrealized potentials? You may update it regularly because your Johari windows evolve as your self-awareness grows. So the conclusion of the Johari window. So the Johari window is a tool for self-awareness and self-perception. Just be kind to yourself. The goal is not to find flaws. Remember, the goal is not to find flaws, but to build more integrated, self-aware, genuine, and authentic you. Because for the most accurate blind spot, nothing replaced by making or asking for honest feedback from others whenever you're ready and whenever you feel safe to speak to others that you trust. So, we've been talking about here about the self-awareness. What is awareness actually? Awareness is about the knowledge about a fact in you or surrounding you. The attention of anything that is what is surrounding and yourself. And the admit or the acknowledge of the existence or the importance of something. And also the alertness or the vigilance about your environment. That is awareness. So when we are aware about ourselves, when we finally get the meaning of the self-awareness, when we try to build our self-awareness, we may be aware of ourselves, how is my feelings, how is my thoughts, and around us. Because when we are aware or being aware, we are become more present in this situation. So we can live more fully in our life. So I hope this Johari window for self, like you do it alone, can be helpful to get to know more about yourself. You try to unveil your potential, your talents, and to become the awareness of yourself. So I hope this quick and simple education about Johari windows can be fruitful and also useful for all of us and for you. And thank you very much for watching. Remember, to be aware is to be alive. Ciao, ciao.